Now, very happy to say, waiting patiently, and we've kept her waiting. Saoirse Noonan joins us of Shelbourne and the Republic of Ireland, and we'll still say Cork as well, I think. Saoirse, thanks so much for joining us. How you doing?
Very good now, thank you.
Great to have you on the show. There was a time last year when you were scoring goals for Cork City and scoring goals against Kerry for Cork, where it seemed every news headline started with you. It was Saoirse Noonan's done X for a while. So the good times have continued. Congratulations, league winners with Shelbourne.
Yeah, I suppose it's a bit surreal. Still sinking in. As you said, this time last year I was playing with Cork City and the Cork footballers. And yeah, to make such a big move and go to Shels, and now to be sitting here a year on after winning the league and with a cup final to play for, it's really exciting.
Not bad at all. Dramatic final day as well. That bit of drama always helps, I think, and creates an awareness, which is good. So in a sense, Peamount were in pole position. They were to play Galway. You were behind Peamount. You needed them to slip up, and of course you had to beat Wexford as well, who were in third place, so that was no gimme either. And sometimes in life results go your way, and it happens. So Shelbourne 3, Wexford 2, which was close enough in the end. Shelbourne went 3-0 up, and then Galway 5, Peamount 2 was the crucial result. As you guys were 3-0 up against Wexford, had word filtered through that things were looking good against Galway?
I suppose half time we kind of got word of it on the pitch as we went in that it was 2-2, so we kind of kept the hope and went out and started the second half with another goal that led to our tally. So yeah, I think in the last kind of 10-15 minutes or so there was words coming in that it was all different scores really, to be honest. We heard it was 4-3, 3-3, but little did we think it would be 5-2 when we finished up. I think we had a corner at the time and there was a fan behind the goal and he was kind of shouting in, it's 5-2, it's 5-2, and then the crowd went mad, and we kind of knew then, right, it's in our hands now. So yeah, we just had to try to see out the game, and Wexford kept going till the end. And look, it's football, anything could have happened, but we held on to it, so we're delighted now. Well,
when Kylie Murphy makes it 3-2 and scores Wexford second, I'm sure everyone's thinking, for God's sake, we'd be careful here.
Yeah, I think panic stations obviously kind of started to kick in a bit. I suppose we knew we wanted to win the game. We knew we had to win the game if we wanted anything. And when she obviously got that goal, I think there was 6 or 7 minutes left, and they were probably the longest few minutes of our lives. And everyone was probably giving poor Paul a hard time and telling her blow it up. But look, it was an exciting game, and what a day, what a night. Yeah, I'm over the moon.
I can imagine. And Shelbourne have had their fair share of runners-up finishes over the last couple of years as well. I know you weren't necessarily part of them, but you could see amongst the crowd and amongst a bunch of the players the excitement and the joy and probably the relief as well. A lot of the pictures at full time were great.
Yeah, definitely. I think for me going to Shels this year, a lot of people kind of said that I was going to a club just to win, but if you really look at it, I probably had won more with Cork City in the last 3 years than Shels had won. They were constantly runners up, so yeah, I was kind of going there to hope that something like this would happen. But I suppose we had a bit of an upset in the middle of the season that we thought we'd given the league away, but we kind of, every game we said to ourselves, we have to keep getting the points on the board, every game will count, keep getting the results, and who knows what can happen, and that's exactly what did happen in the end.
And how far had you fallen off Peamount during the league campaign?
It was just the one game really, I think, upset us against them, obviously in their home pitch. We took a battering that day and it really just deflated us a little, but we got back up on the horse next week and we went out and got a solid win. And look, there was games there against a load of different teams that we scraped 1-0s, last minute winners, and I suppose those are the days that count. Of course it was one on Saturday night, but without those results, without those last minute winners, we wouldn't have been in a position we were to put it down to the wire with Peamount. Obviously they could have took the title last week as well against DLR, and they got a great result, and then Galway, so it just shows the competitiveness now within the league, which is brilliant.
So three successive runner-up finishes for Shelbourne. Saoirse Noonan arrives, they win the league. Are you kind of saying, look, this is the Noonan bounce, this is the Noonan effect in the dressing room, don't want to rub it in, but you're welcome, everyone?
Look, there's so much new face, I think, within that squad, and I think even coming in this year, they all said that this is the year that they were going to go for it. And as I said, in the middle of the season, we had a bit of an upset and everyone kind of wrote us off and we kind of kept at it. So, yeah, look, I suppose a few of us will have a bit of a skid about that and say we'll take the credit, but no, it's definitely 23, 24 players, and you've the young ones as well coming up through the ranks that have definitely pushed us for our spots and made a huge impact throughout the year.
Can I bluntly sum up some aspects of your career? Not all of them, by the way, because right the way through from underage, you've been doing it in various codes. You moved to Shelbourne in February of this year. Big move. You'd had a great time at Cork City. I think you're Cork City's all-time leading goal scorer. You'd won things at Cork City. With the Cork footballers, you made your debut in 2018. I mentioned, the likes of the Heroics against Kerry last year. So that seemed to be going very well. And your manager with Cork GAA said, Saoirse could be the face of Cork GAA for the next 10 years. So that's a, huge compliment as well. But you moved to Shelbourne. Vera Pauw has really liked what you've been doing, and you've been brought into the senior team and full senior debut this year, which is a huge thing. And during lockdown, you started your own clothing line. And you're still only 22. So pretty much everybody hates you for making them feel inadequate right now. Anything else you want to mention? World peace? No?
No, I think that's about it now.
Pretty amazing. I guess the highlight, or one of the highlights, must be Ireland.
Definitely. I think at the start of the year, I wrote down my goals, my personal and team goals, and that was definitely at the top of the list. And that was probably the main reason that I did move to Shels. And I tell everyone it's not because I thought they were a better club. It's not because I wanted to try just win trophies. It was because I knew if I stayed with Cork City, I was comfortable. I wanted to play GAA if I was here, and it was too accessible for me. So I really wanted to push myself to that next level. And obviously they had a good few players in the Irish setup, and I wanted to surround myself with people like that I wanted to be like. So yeah, look, that was the icing on the cake, definitely making my debut against Sweden, and a night I'll never forget. Yeah.
And how difficult a choice was it to park Cork, and I guess to an extent park Cork GAA as well, Cork City and Cork GAA, and make the move and really focus on Ireland? Because I'm right in saying Vera Pauw never said to you, Saoirse, listen, I ain't picking you if you're off playing GAA as well. She never gave you that ultimatum, but you obviously felt maybe it was necessary.
Yeah, no, Vera's been questioned that, and she's always said she was happy with me to do both at the time, and I kind of took it into my own hands. If I wanted to bring my soccer career to the next level, I had to really just focus on one thing.
Okay.
And I suppose last year in the cup final with Cork City, I kind of knew in my head that if I really wanted to make this next step and get on the Irish team and be consistent in the Irish team, then that would be my last game with them, and I would try make a move somewhere. Never that I think it would be Shels until Noel King reached out to me. Okay. But yeah, look, it's all been going uphill from there, and I'm really grateful for the position I'm in.
No, it sure has. And there was no way really, I presume, that you could juggle Shelbourne and Cork GAA.
To be honest, I don't know. They probably could have if I really, really tried, but I wouldn't have been able to put in the performances that I would have liked to have, and I wouldn't have been able to give 100% commitment, and it wouldn't have been fair on anyone. And I definitely don't think I would have made my Irish debut if I had done that, because obviously there's a lot of travelling, there's a lot of commitments, and being away with international duty, you're nearly away for 10, 11 days, and you can't be missing 3-4 sessions in inter-county level. So yeah, these are just the decisions I had to make.
Yeah, not easy decisions. I mean, a great decision to make. Will I play for Cork or will I try and play for Ireland? I mean, the kind of decisions you want to make in life. Have you noticed a general improvement in your football since you, in effect, went full-time with it? Your touch, your movement, various aspects of the game, or are pretty similar?
Yeah, look, I suppose now that I probably have a bit more free time to train and focus on my own body, and I'm not kind of training every single night, I have more free time, as I'd call it. Even though I'm training by myself, it's kind of under my own time limits. It's how my body feels. It's not, you have to be here at this time, you have to do this run. It's kind of depending on my body that week. So I've definitely felt the benefits of that going into the weekends. Whereas I can choose if I want to train a Thursday or Friday, whichever would suit me better that week. So I've definitely seen the benefits of that, recovery-wise and performance-wise. So yeah, look, I'm getting that little bit older now. I'm still not old, but I'm getting that little bit older. I do have to make sure I don't get injuries and stuff. So yeah, that's definitely been beneficial to me.
Please don't call 22 that little bit older. It's upsetting. Upsetting for everybody. Are there different requirements, would you say, fitness-wise, the two sports?
Yeah, I would say there definitely is. For me, one thing I always struggle with is my fitness. And definitely focusing on one, it's allowed me to kind of take it to the next level. But yeah, look, there are different movements, there are different speeds. So yeah, there definitely is a few, but they definitely as well link in with each other in turning and being alertness and stuff like that. But there definitely is a small bit of difference and a small bit of similarities.
What is the more physically demanding, did you find?
With the GAA, I suppose it's a lot more contact. You have to be a lot more kind of aware, getting a shoulder in the side, aware of being hit, hands all over your body. Like in soccer, you don't get that as much. I think it's more your footwork. Your footwork has to be a lot quicker with controlling the ball, with getting the ball out of your feet. So yeah, I suppose like in GAA, you're in the ball into your hands straight away. You can hold on to it and then move your feet. Whereas soccer, your feet have to be constantly moving. They're the ones that juggle the ball. They're the ones that make you run. They're the ones that are going to make the pass. So they have to definitely be alert and be there on the day with you, I suppose.
Did I see, I'm half talking off the top of my head, but your brother Owen is a photographer with Sports File. He was there to cover your debut for Ireland, I'm right in saying, haven't I? I remember seeing something on Twitter.
Yeah.
It was lovely.
Yeah. So he's worked with Sports File. He's been at, I think, nearly all my games.
Right.
From underage. He actually got his job with Sports File, I think, when I made my under 15 Irish debut around then. So yeah, look, he was there that night too, and I think he was the one that actually took the pictures of me coming onto the pitch and stuff. And then obviously all my family was in the crowd, so those moments are really nice.
That's kind of cool. Sports File afterwards are saying, Owen, why are there only pictures of Saoirse here? You need to...
I get enough slagging about that now, so...
And how did you find the step up to Ireland then? Because I know 2016 territory, you were certainly very much on the fringes, and I think there was even a training match in Wales that you might have played with, and Stephanie Roach played. Certainly I was reading that in Wikipedia, but I guess this is your real kind of this year is kind of the first time you've been properly involved and making senior debuts and playing. How have you found the step up from Cork City and Shels and the domestic league to international football?
Yeah, I think my first camp in Iceland, I definitely was a bit taken back. It's so much more faster, and you really have to be at the session. Every session you have to be up there working your backside off. And when you look around, you're looking at Louise Quinn, Katie McCabe, Grace Maloney, Denise O'Sullivan, all these players that are really established within the WSL in America. So it definitely is the next level, and it's the level you want to be at. But when you are training with them and you're getting compliments from them, it definitely makes you want to go to that next level. And it's inspiring. It is inspiring playing with them and seeing how technically gifted they are, how hard they work every session, and just the graft they put in. And I suppose everyone wants to be like them. And even playing with them now, I still look up to them as players, and just they're inspiring. Seeing what they're doing week in, week out. And again, Leanne Kiernan winning Player of the Month this month. She's just an inspiration, and I grew up playing with her, and I kind of look at her and say, well, I grew up at the same age as her. She played with Shelbourne. She's now gone across the water. So there's opportunities, and it's exciting times ahead.
Yeah. Has there been any interest from England in you?
Right now the focus is on the cup final. So
sorry, I'm getting you in trouble. I'm getting you in trouble. Cup final. Cup final. Sorry. What about life off the pitch then? Big move up to Dublin. I mentioned at the top, I hadn't realised this, I was just reading today that you started your own clothing line. So what are your interests, or what's life away from the football?
Yeah, so I suppose lockdown, obviously I had a lot of time to myself, and it was always something I wanted to do. So I set up my own company, Freedom, and yeah, it's been going good. Obviously, it's been a quite hectic few months on the pitch, as well as off the pitch, and I'm in my final year of college in marketing, so I'm just trying to get my hands in a bit of everything. But yeah, look, it's brilliant. It's Freedom official clothing if anyone wants to check it out. And yeah, look, I'm just I suppose living day to day and just enjoying it and trying out new things and hoping for the best.
Yeah, amazing. Sorry, I didn't realise you're studying marketing as well, so you've got education taking up plenty of your time too.
Yeah, final year now, so
okay.
the next couple of weeks are a bit intense, but it'll all be worth it once I have my degree, hopefully at the end of next year.
Oh, brilliant. Where are you doing that, Saoirse?
MTU.
Okay. So is the fashion world one that you would like to make full-time career down the line, more than just a hobby? I mean, if you've set up a company that speaks of a certain seriousness, to say the least, is that kind of the absolute dream?
Yeah, I think off the pitch, definitely. It definitely is the dream. I think I've always wanted to have something kind of that I'd be known for away from the football pitch, because like, even though women's sport is increasing and I suppose it's getting more coverage, it's still not there, and you can't rely on it for a lifetime career. And I always wanted to just have that one thing that I could say, I'm not just a footballer. I also have this. So yeah, look, that's definitely something that I want to progress on off the pitch, and hopefully next couple of years I can get my hands right in there and really move it up the ladder.
Yeah, no, it's great, and I'd say it takes some of the pressure out of sport in some respects as well, that it's not all that you are and all that you're thinking about. And we spoke to Niamh recently, who's doing just fine in the world of football and captaining Liverpool, but she has her pharmacology studies behind her, and she says it's a lovely safety net.
Yeah, definitely. I think we all want that safety net. It just takes the pressure off that little bit. People are being signed and unsigned, I suppose yearly nearly, so you can't always rely on it. And again, look, unfortunately people get injuries and these things happen, but it is nice to have that thing behind you that you enjoy away from the pitch, and I definitely love doing it, so hopefully.
Brilliant. Well, listen, that sounds great. So I don't know, 10 years time we'll have a chat. You want business empire, several All-Irelands with Cork, World Cup with Ireland, and plenty more besides, I guess. That's the dream. You gotta go for it, though.
Fingers crossed.
Are you wearing the gear now?
Yeah, this is one of the jumpers. So
okay.
This is just the pink one. Then we have white and black and sweaters and stuff as well. So yeah.
Okay, brilliant. You didn't insist, by the way, on like a marketing campaign. You came on to talk about Shelbourne, I should say. This isn't Saoirse shamelessly
just plugging me.
Yeah. Well done, congrats. League winning season and continued success with Ireland. Obviously very exciting times at the moment with Ireland. I'd say that's a pretty cool camp to be a part of right now. So best of luck, and we'll talk to you again soon, I'm sure. Saoirse Noonan, thanks a mil.
Thank you very much for your time.